Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. Bryant has it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now. Mahomes nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Reese. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, that fell harmlessly to the ground. Fielded at the 20. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Push him back. Push him back. Mike's 43. Mike's 61. Matchbox lights.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. He's going to fire one deep over them into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because You have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throwing right, and that's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll run on first down. Pearson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Herbert. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will.
Booby cheese.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts it towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help.
He's got a man complete. A big pickup of 38.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Mahomes going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Mahomes to throw. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field. And that brings up 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is
You're
1.
fucking kidding me,
and that's
bro.
not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
You're fucking kidding me. They did it first.
On 1st down, Herbert. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's third down. Looking to throw. Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Operating from the gun. Herbert eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's 2nd down. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I pay my money for it, shit.
Ready. 18 Gator.
All my shit packed up, though. I just gotta move my shit to next week. I'm out this bitch. Whole time I'm gonna get some weed to roll up for my troubles. Hell no, I work a double, man. I'm going at 11 o'clock tonight. I don't get off till 2 p.m. tomorrow.
In his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 now.
They mad as fuck at me already.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here
sick as hell.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st.
They didn't. I picked up the shift. They just didn't pay attention to it.
As they'll stop
nigga, that's
with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, you know we're not supposed to get overtime. I'm like, bro, you asked me to pick up a shift. I picked the shift up. I ain't paying attention to my hours. I ain't gonna be like, no, I can't do it. I'm like, I live for overtime, nigga.
Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Damn, I gotta go.
On 4th down, Herbert. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. That time, Juan Thornhill, the rookie from Virginia, batting it away.
That 54 look ugly as hell.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first
touchdown.
You limping?
King must have fucked you up this morning.
So far, the field goal. And an alley to run.
Bro, why this morning I get off work, go the dogs get into it, bro?
At the 44, 14 yards into Chicago, first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive.
Yeah, like a whole scrap, bro. We broke it up.
On that particular play.
I fucking look up, man. King. I let King out of my room because we have to keep him separated. I let King out the room. This nigga gets instead of him fucking going and just fucking, damn, I just missed my whole mark. Damn. Instead of him like going outside, he go right in the semi-room, bro. Get right on trash with the dog, bro. So all we hear is them growling at each other. So I immediately try to break it up. And we couldn't even do that, bro. It was too fucking late, bro. They get right on bullshit, bro. So King, yeah, but no, Pepper had another set of puppies, man. So I don't know if that was her shit or not. You got somebody in the game chat, bro. I'm about to switch over, man, so I can talk to this nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got to prioritize the game chat, bro.
That's a big day.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave?
Bro, he is not that quick, man.
Shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, the loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Mahomes. Going deep here for Bryant. They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. 43 yards. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He sets to fire deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now, Pearson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Go.
Hey, wahoo!
23 in the mic. Hey, I'm coming.
Get it.
To throw on second down, Herbert. And he slings one that's incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now a handoff looking right. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. And the blitz does come. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 32 on the play. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And the pressure gets to him again. Nick Bosa. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Mahomes now to throw. That's gonna be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by John Johnson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. It's caught by Bryant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the
that nigga not coming through the line like
down
that.
Run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
66, bullet high.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck this screen. Yeah, fucking do.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Mahomes. They set up the screen to Chubb.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
It'll be fourth down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. He's back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's put that team on the buck.
Now! Get it!
On 4th down, Herbert. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D.
Back to throw. Mahomes. Complete to Bryant. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Bro,
well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
He's checking. Crash.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt.
Good game.
Well, Charles,
that make you up by 1, right?
Yep.
See you ass in the playoffs.
See you in the playoffs.
Hey, whoa, nigga. No. Not my Pop-Tart.
You loved it, didn't you?
Do you want one?
Hey, bro, I thought I was going to lose that shit.
Bro, you should have lost. They were, bro, Shark had a couple passes. Shark had a couple passes that he should have got over your dudes, bro.
Bro, I didn't have Hollywood Brown close the team in the clutch.
Meanwhile, for the home team,
do you want one?
It's a loss that'll drop
you want one?
Back to 500 through 10 games.
Well, you don't ask when you ain't getting one.
At home next week. And for Charles Davis and
our
entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Don't be gonna take the stuff that ain't chose. You welcome. Don't be taking stuff that ain't chose. Get your little ass beat. Touch my food. Yeah, I noticed Brown wasn't in there, so I was like, man, who is his next go-to?